On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you another dumpling. Yet another dumpling recipe that I'll be adding to my playlist of boiled dumplings. But I want to pause right here to say special thanks to my patrons that have been making my page possible. If you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, check on in the description and click on the link and show us some love. Thanks to those that are new right on over here. Welcome and thank you. Those who have been with me from the very start of this journey and they are still here, a big manners and respect. Our post notification shout outs today goes right up there. Boiled peanut dumplings. You're gonna need some raw, in Jamaica we say raw peanut. This peanut has not yet been roasted or whatever. So the very first thing, you want to try to choose the brightest. This is not the most vibrant color. Sometimes the colors are more vibrant, I guess, as the more mature they are, the more brighter. Sometimes you get brighter ones. So try to choose the brighter ones. Don't try to use the ones that are getting brown. Those are not really fresh. The very first thing you want to do, you want to give it a little rinse. And when I said give it a little rinse, do not keep it in the water for long because you don't want them getting all soaked up. And I'll tell you why. You just flip them a bit and you're just gonna let them drain. Shake them around, let them drain. Once they are drained and you see there's no dripping, you want to have a clean, nice towel. Yours of choice. I'm using a piece of clean white. You're going to put it on your countertop or you want to put it in a container, but you need to have it on this cotton thing. You want to spread it out and you're going to leave it to air dry for as long as, I don't know when. I don't know what will be happening in your neck of the woods when you choose to do this. So I'm leaving out mine like this and I'm leaving it to air dry. When it's properly air dry, you can come every now and then and flip it around over until the towel has absorbed all the moisture. I'll catch you in the next clip. So these are my dried peanuts. So I have done, when these out of the box recipes comes up to me, because I did some peanut, I used peanut to do some stuff a few days back and I said, this could give me a peanut dumpling recipe, boiled peanut dumpling. Okay, what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be putting this in my grinder and I'm going to be grinding it off. I'm going to be using the small one. I'm going to be using this in 2 parts because this grinder is like really small. I'm going to get it onto my grinder and I'm going to be grinding out this with the red and everything. Remember to make sure your peanut is properly washed. So I'm going to go grind it. Going to be doing it in 2 different parts because this grinder is really small and I don't want to overload it. So this is what I got from my, almost, it is a shy of a cup as you saw of peanuts. So what I did, I tried to bring it to powder to match up with the flour. Okay, so this is what I got. Now when grinding, you don't want to grind for long because peanut has moisture in there. So as soon, you just run it through the grinder, seconds, and it's like this. If you continue to grind it, the more you grind it, it is gonna become so mush, and it is gonna stick to the grinder, and it now go flow. You know, so you don't want to be grinding this for long. You just lick it on the grinder. That's it. 1, 2, 3 seconds. That's the most. I want to show you something. You see that? So it has a lot of moisture. Okay. My hands are clean. Yours should be too. Okay. Whoever have problem with the naked hands. So I had 1 cup of peanut and I grounded it out to powder. I'm going to be adding 2 cups of flour, but I'm going to be sifting my flour into this. So here I go with 1 cup. 1 more cup. I'll sift it in. Salt to taste to bring the peanut powder and the flour together. I'm going to be using about 3/4 of a teaspoon. 3/4 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to be just incorporating my peanut powder with my flour. Mind you, you could use your flour, you could use almond flour. Use your flour of choice. Actually, this won't require a lot of liquid as the peanut is moist. It has a lot of moisture. What I'm doing now is just kind of like incorporating the salt, getting the salt all mixed in. And what I'm going to be doing, after you see how it's clumping up with the flour, I'm going to be tasting it to see if I have enough salt in there. So I'm just going to be tasting a little. Yes, that's good. The salt is good, really good in there. So with your clean hands, you want to be start. You see this? So what you want to do, you want to test to see how much this mushed peanut can really go with this flour. Then you will have an idea of how much liquid you are to put. Now you can use coconut milk, you can use almond milk, you can use regular milk, you can use any milk, oats milk, any milk you want. You can do you. Mix this, twist it up. It is just a recipe out of my head. But actually, I'll be using good old plain water. With the level of moisture in here, with 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of peanut all grounded, I'm just going to be putting just a little at a time. And I know I won't need a lot. Okay? I want to make sure that I get all that is dry. I don't want to get it all spoiled. Yes, I want to just make sure. You see the shaggy dough? I want to get it to a shaggy dough stage first. Then I will understand how much more liquid I need. And as I say, you can put coconut milk, you can put anything. So I'm actually putting it now in the form of a shaggy dough. You see that? And this is quite self-explanatory. You see how the dough looks. So when I say shaggy dough, you just see what it do, just as it is. A little more, just as you would do your regular dumpling dough. And it's starting to come together. You see that? I'm feeling it on my hands coming together. So you know, want to go throw down a bag of water in this. Remember, so it's 2 parts flour to 1 part peanut, or crushed peanut, peanut powder, grounded peanut, whatever you want to call it. You could add a little butter or a little olive oil, but I don't think it would be necessary because this peanut has so much moisture in there. So you see, it's moving from the shaggy dough stage, so to speak, and it's coming together as a perfect dough. Just want to give a little sprinkle right there, and I'm gonna think I'll be finished at that. Yeah, so could give it another little sprinkle too. Yeah, this is it. At this point, I'm gonna be kneading it. Leave it to rest as we do with any other dough. Go prepare my pot with my water. But I just want to show you at this point what the dough looks like now that it has come or is actually coming together. It's sticky. So when the water catches the flour, you know it's sticky. The peanut is sticky on its own. So I'm going to be just giving this a good little kneading. I'm going to knead it until the gluten from the flour is released, because the gluten from the flour not fully released yet, you know. And then I'll see how it takes the peanut. I want to get it all clean, and I want to see how much it will stop sticking to my hand. I will knead, and if I have to put a little more flour, I'll let you know. But I want to release the gluten to see how it will operate with the peanut. Next clip. So the gluten from the flour is released, or is releasing. Look at my hand. I didn't put any more flour. I did not add any water. This is it. So you got to knead. You see the container? Yeah. So you see that? The more you knead and the gluten from the flour releases, it is the more it incorporates with the powdered peanut. And that is what we need. Okay? Your dough is still a little firm, sort of like not all that manageable. But I guess it will be like this. You see that? Look at that. You see those peanut pieces, all that red all through in there? Yep. So I'm gonna boil it up. I'm gonna leave it cover. Don't want it to dry out. A pretty good 15-20 minutes whilst I go prepare my boiling water. I'll catch you in the next clip. So our water has come to a boil, and I am boiling at medium. I don't want it to be boiling too rapid. I'm gonna put my salt in, as you know that that for the dumpling we are cooked. I'm gonna be putting about, maybe I will have the measurement pan. This just gonna be putting a little olive oil. It doesn't have to be olive oil. It can be any oil. I just put that because that is what I have, like right near me now in a small container. This is my dough, all relaxed still, but it's still a little more manageable. You see that the gluten has been just released, and now it's relaxing. You see how I can easily get my dough out now, and I can tell you something, it smells so nice. It just smells peanutty. There's no such word, but you know, some more time we have to make up a word. It smells so good. So I'm gonna be making my dumplings as any other dumplings, and this feels so good. You can make them for soup, you can make them for regular. This is what I'm doing, making my dumplings, and this is it. These are my size. I'm making them. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you another one. I'm not there with me long time and see me I make dumpling. So I want to say to you that use a small amount of liquid. The peanut has a lot of moisture. You saw how I went in depth showing you how I did it. So I'm gonna be putting in these dumplings. I'm gonna be leaving them to cook on a medium heat, medium, for another 25 to 30 minutes. I'm not going to be using an high flame, and at that point I'll return to show you what they look like. Peanut dumplings from Debbie's Kitchen. So these have been cooking real nicely, and I realize that they have swollen somewhat. So they've been cooking about 22 minutes, so I'm going to turn my flame off, and I'm going to leave them to rest for probably about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes, and then I'll come back. I'll cut into one and we will see what it looks like. So I have removed a few of my dumplings, and I'm going to cut into one. I want you to see what it looks like. You see this? Yes, and this is what we have right there. So you know, I really don't do a lot of eating on this channel. I really don't. So I'm gonna taste for you. This smells really peanut. It smells nice. If you're a lover of peanut, it's everything that you know peanut. Peanut butter, it smells really nice. So I'm gonna taste for you. Soft, chewy, nice, everything. This definitely would go well with something that I uploaded, I think about 6 years ago, or maybe 6.5. Somebody had requested me to do a stewed tomatoes only, and I think I don't remember if it was the little tomatoes, but we did a straight stewed tomatoes only. I think this would go well. These dumplings would go well. You know, I am not getting the feel of a fish, a chicken, a ackee, and saltfish. I'm not getting that feel from it. I'm just getting the feel of that stewed tomatoes. Stew them. Maybe if you want to stew it down into a rundown style and have it with these, that would be good. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. I'll catch you again with another video. I'll add this to my list of dumplings, my playlist of dumplings. Go check them out.